So what's the deal with Ben Simmons right now? That's the question now, isn't it? Because just when you think you know what's going on with Ben Simmons, something happens and his whole career is in jeopardy. He was one of the multiple members of the trust the process era. And yet, when things went bad, Simmons got worse. Injuries, terrible shooting, blasting the coach and his teammates, it was insane. And it just kept growing. Then last season, it reached a boiling point that couldn't be smoothed over. He was traded to the Nets and didn't play a single minute. Now, things are changing. Or are they? It might not be as simple as you'd expect.
Working on a triple-double, 8.7 rebounds, 8 assists.
Nice spin by Simmons!
Another steal, Sefolosha read it perfectly. Back comes Simmons. Oh, hammers it down. He read it, stole it, and put it through the hoop.
Ben Simmons is back? After a 15-month hiatus from the court that included a unique holdout, a trade and back issues that ultimately led to surgery, Ben Simmons, 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-Defense First Team, 1-time All-NBA selection, was back in an NBA uniform Monday night. He is healthy physically and in a good place mentally, he and everyone around him believe. He's also paired with 2 superstars and a raft of three-point shooters, his favorite target as a point guard. His real debut, of course, is scheduled for opening night on October 19th, but Game 1 of the preseason had some extra dash. His debut had long been anticipated, starting with the February 10th blockbuster trade that brought him up the New Jersey Turnpike and across some bridges. No one was more excited than Steve Nash, who, along with GM Sean Marks, is among his biggest fans. "It's a lot of fun for me," said Nash on how excited he is to finally see Simmons play as a Net. "I'm such a believer in his game. He's such a dynamic, unique player, does so many things while on the basketball court. And I think he's a great complement to our team. He makes his teammates better at both ends. So just giving him the support and platform to return from the injury, and then long layoff, and then allowing him to continually grow with our group, so it's very exciting." As Brian Lewis notes, it's been 470 days since Simmons left the mics at the post-game press conference following the 76ers' loss to the Hawks in the Eastern Conference semifinals. 470 days since he and others believe his superstar teammate Joel Embiid and head coach Doc Rivers threw him under the bus, as JJ Redick said in his podcast interview a week and a half ago. Rebuilding his reputation in Brooklyn is what the game and the season are all about. Once one of the game's rising stars, Simmons was pilloried by pundits and former players to the point where doubts mounted about his toughness and ability to get a team to the promised land.
Philadelphia in transition. Ben Simmons with a nice, sweet finish.
Pushing the Nets forward. Now in the shadow of 2 great and recently controversial superstars, Simmons gets a chance to fix doubters' opinions and contribute to a championship run. He told Redick he's up for it. "I'll be great," Simmons said when asked about whether he's ready on the Old Man and the 3 podcast. "I'm excited to play with Kev, Kai, Joe Harris, all those guys. We have just an unbelievable team. For me, after the surgery, I knew what it was going to take to get back to where I need to be, and I've been locked in. It's been tough, and no rehab is easy, and it's a grind, but that's what it's all about. The talent that we have, the type of players that we have, we're going to be able to run the floor. You know, we got Claxton who can run, who moves incredibly well. I mean, Kev, Patty, Kai, Joe. We just got Royce, another great 3-and-D guy. I'm missing people." Simmons doesn't miss a lot of people when they're open. He handed out 996 assists to 3-point shooters in his first 3 years, second only to Russell Westbrook in the NBA. He's also helped people miss on other teams. He finished second in the Defensive Player of the Year voting last season and led the league in steals the year before that. His strengths are well known: court vision, underrated athleticism, stifling perimeter defense, and a superb basketball IQ. So are his weaknesses: free throw shooting, in fact, any kind of shooting. Nash has gone out of his way, both following the trade and last week, to say he doesn't care if Simmons takes a shot or not. He's free to, but with so many shot makers on his team, he doesn't need to. His other skills are enough. In Philly, there were even some who admitted fans were obsessed with the mystery of Simmons shooting. Our Sixers sister site, Liberty Ballers, calling it Ben Simmons shooting derangement syndrome in an article published Monday morning. One underappreciated aspect to Simmons' return is that for the first time since the 2019-20 season, he's not experiencing debilitating back pain that caused him to miss 8 games not long before the NBA shutdown and was in such pain that he vomited on the floor during practice. It was also the reason why he didn't play in Game 4 of the Nets' first-round matchup with the Celtics. I'm about to play. I'm about to go into Game 4. I tried to go into Game 4. I'm on the ground. I can't even move. So it's a real thing. And for me, it was frustrating because you have everyone saying whatever. But I try to block that out. If I'm hurt, I'm hurt. I'm not trying to sit out. Mentally, he seems ready and willing to take on his new role with Brooklyn, and he credits the organization for making that happen. It's been great, Simmons told Redick and Alter the week before camp opened. Obviously, it's going to be good getting traded for the first few moments, but it's been consistent. The foundation they have is great. Coaching staff has been incredible. Trainers have been great. Everyone's been. It's a very calm place to be, but it's a good environment. Every day, everyone has a happy face on. Everyone just wants to work and is very locked in when you go into that facility. His first week of real practice got Simmons even more excited. Pretty sure I'm good to go, Simmons said this week before the game happened. It feels amazing, and I'm getting used to the up and down play, but I feel great. It's good to be here with you guys. It may take some adjustment though. Indeed, it's to be expected. Naturally, I've always been one of the guys who can get their fitness up pretty quickly, so that really wasn't a worry for me, Simmons said. It's the endurance of just playing 5-on-5, getting hit up and down, but overall, I feel great. As for the free throw shooting, Nash thinks it will work out. Careful to separate him and his organization from what happened in the past. I haven't coached Ben before, so I have to wait and see how the year goes. But Ben put in a lot of time on his free throws, Nash said this week. He's actually got a nice touch, and we want to fill him with confidence. To be honest, whether Ben is super efficient from the line or not, I still want him to go to the line. As Jalen Rose has said about those 470 lost days, people forget how good Ben Simmons is. As for Rivers, Simmons' former head coach, he says he wants to move on, but not before one last swipe at his holdout. We're focused on the guys that want to be a Philadelphia 76er, Rivers said of facing Simmons. We're not going to focus on anyone that doesn't want to be one. The results. So, how did that first game go? Simmons said he felt amazing while scoring 6 points, making 5 assists, and grabbing 4 rebounds over 19 minutes in Monday's 127-108 preseason loss to the 76ers. While that might not seem like much, the fact that he was able to play 19 minutes at all, even in a preseason game, is good, because that's 19 more minutes than he played all last season. I'm grateful just to be able to step on that floor, Simmons said. Step on an NBA floor again. I had a lot of fun out there. Obviously, this is just one small step on the road to a potential NBA Finals appearance. Let's see how it goes, and if Simmons can stay healthy long enough to keep the team's hopes alive. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at the Brooklyn Nets and where they stand right now in regards to Ben Simmons, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving? Can this team finally pull things together so that they can be the team that the Nets need them to be? Or will this just be yet another season of disappointment? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the channel.